Spiritual father, Father Benedict, Georgian, he passed to the Lord 1862. Father Benedict was born in the Shoropani district of the Kataisi province, the ancient kingdom of Imereti. His father was a village priest by the name of Kiotishvili. He received his education at home from his father and later served as a village priest himself. His brother was part of the retinue of the last Emiratian king, Solomon II, and when the king fled to Turkey, both Kiotishvili brothers accompanied him. After the king's death, Father Benedict went to Jerusalem, where he was granted the honor of celebrating the liturgy at the Holy Sepulchre. From Jerusalem, Father Benedict sailed to the Holy Mountain, where he settled in the monastery of St. Panteleimon. This was in the year 1816. For reasons known only to him, Father Benedict did not reveal his priestly rank. At that time, the monastery was still under construction, and Father Benedict labored alongside the other workers. One monk, who had been in Jerusalem at the same time as Father Benedict, happened to see and recognize him. Coming to the abbot, Father Saba, he said to him, "How is it that you treat a priest in such a way, making him perform the lowest tasks? I saw him serving the liturgy at the Holy Sepulchre." Father Saba was greatly astonished and immediately summoned him, asking him to tell the whole truth. The humbled priest admitted everything. Then Father Saba imposed a penance on him. For 40 days he was to tend to all the ever-burning lamps in the monastery's chapels. In a short time he learned about the strict rule of the Greek monastery of Dionysiou, and zealous for ascetic labors, he left for this monastery, where he was tonsured into the great schema. For his edification with patristic writings, he would borrow Georgian manuscript books from the Iveron monastery. However, he was not destined to labor long in this community due to the Greek uprising. Turkish soldiers stormed the area and filled all the monasteries. Once Father Benedict happened to be in Careas. There, soldiers saw him and struck up a conversation. Most likely, these Turks were from Batumi region, where many Georgian Muslims live, because they spoke Georgian. Being descendants of Orthodox Georgians, they treated Father Benedict well. The monks of Iveron Monastery noticed this and invited Father Benedict to join them. The monastery entrusted him with a very honorable obedience, overseeing the chapel of the Mother of God, where the miraculous icon of the Theotokos Portraitissa, the gatekeeper, is kept. This position was always given to the most reverend of the hieromonks. Father Benedict was also a zealous ascetic in fasting. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, he neither ate nor drank anything. He remained in this obedience until the arrival of the young Basil on Mount Athos, that is until 1834. A portion of the donations received from various pilgrims was always allotted to the one overseeing the chapel. Father Benedict gave all the money accumulated during this time to the monastery. In gratitude for his service and offering, the monastery granted him the choice of one of two cells, that of the holy prophet Elias or that of Saint Basil the Great. Desiring a life of stillness, Father Benedict chose the first, situated on a hill opposite the monastery, offering beautiful views in all four directions. Patriarch Gregorios V, who was banged by the Turks in Constantinople on the first day of Pascha in 1821, had wished to live in stillness in this very cell. Father Benedict moved into this cell with his disciple Basil and lived there until his death, 28 years in total. His inner life was entirely secretive. It is only known that he performed his daily rule using prayer robes. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, he consistently celebrated the liturgy. He would only attend the monastery's vigils on Pascha, Christmas, and the feast of the Dormition, and after the vigil, he would return to his cell to perform the liturgy. On the feast day of the holy prophet Elias, the monastery would bring him sweets and coffee, with which he would offer refreshments to those who came to visit him for the feast. The famous elder Father Hilarion of Georgia was a spiritual son of Father Benedict, and like all the contemporary elders of Mount Athos, he held Father Benedict's spiritual gifts and experience in spiritual guidance in high esteem. The elder reposed in the Lord on 9th of March 1862, on the Friday of the third week of the Great Lent.